Not even anywhere near.
We had to come like all the way to Atlanta to like have you on the show. That's pretty awesome. You were in a pair with Lindsay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then did you have students that came with you?
Yeah.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
And Martin.
Oh, and Martin.
Yeah.
Cool. Shoot, that was 83, right? Yeah. So, all right. And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Episode number 84.
Yeah.
84 now here. We're
these sons of bitches out.
Yeah.
I gotta ask. Language?
It's the internet.
Okay, cool.
Try not to be as AWE as AWE is.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So don't
Right.
me. Got
Jason Cade lit up like the F-bomb like on his episode.
it. Good. Sounds about right.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
Oh, cadence.
So, but Aaron Epic, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
Death Proof, as it
Yeah.
says. Hashtag Death
Yeah.
Proof. So yeah, we're in the Orlando together, and
Yeah.
and
we just had to go like 6.5, 7 hours.
yeah, tonight was the first time that I wrestled Lindsay
Yep.
Dorado one-on-one ever,
Okay.
and we had to travel to Atlanta for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you wrestled Serpentico.
Yes, and
I don't
and,
know.
you
Just
know,
the Mexican.
A lot of people know who he is, and this is the first time that me and him wrestle one-on-one.
Oh, really? Is the first time you guys wrestled one-on-one?
Yeah.
That is very cool. So, but you had to come again.
6.5, 7 hours to do so.
Yeah.
And we live a half an hour from each other.
You're right. So but it's very cool. But this crowd has been amazing,
Yes.
right?
The AWE crowd, they don't like me.
Not very many people do.
That's fair. It's fair. It's because I'm adopted. But no, they don't like me here. So, but the crowd here is fantastic. It's a very intimate setting. The crowd really gets into it. They wish I died. And that's fine. That means I'm doing my job.
Right. Yeah, but you gotta watch it. This is Atlanta.
Yeah,
this is downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah. Very much so.
But we're right next to a Starbucks. So
Yeah,
how bad could it be?
I don't understand. Like, it's like Starbucks and then industrial.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground.
Right. Like, well, it was somebody bought me the Starbucks earlier. They
Okay.
bought me the iced tea lemonade.
How was that?
Oh, it was fantastic. I drank it with my mouth, and it was awesome.
Hey, Starbucks, Milo Beasley Show.
Yeah.
Free plug.
Yeah, free plug. We'll give you all the free plugs if you give me all the free plugs in my mouth. Wait, that sounded...
We're not going to touch that one.
Nope, not going to touch that one. Speaking of touching that, there's a board over there and has a bunch of wieners drawn on it.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
really
Welcome to the quad. Welcome to the quad, sir.
Yeah, this is my first time at the quad.
This is now my 4th time at the quad, and unlike some people, I don't get cheered at all here. At all.
That's good though, right?
Yeah, I'm doing my job then, right?
Yeah, you're doing your job. Did you fastball punch anybody today?
No, but I super kicked someone deadly in the face, and that kind of was really bad for him.
Why?
And then I did the tombstone, so
Why?
that's all that matters.
Wait, you did a tombstone?
Yes. Yeah.
Undertaker's calling.
I did this too. So, whew. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pissing off a lot of people here tonight.
Yeah, whatever.
First Chip Day, now you.
I love Chip Day.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, good kid, got a lot of heart.
Yeah, I like Chip Night better. Chip Afternoon. Chip Morning is a real dick, though.
Yeah, I hate waking up to him. Yeah, that's terrible.
So, Aaron, I've known you for
Ever.
forever.
For the very first match I ever did was at UCF's Nightlights, ran by Towns Ellis.
Oh yes, I remember the Towns.
I want to say it was NGW, New Generation Wrestling.
Yes.
And my very first match was in that building. You were there. And
I've been all over the place. I get around.
Yeah. You weren't dressed as nice as you are today, but you were there, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's." I don't know if I could say.
Yeah. Back in my past life.
Yeah, that's Naphtali. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I just remember IPW at the time was the big Indy in Florida, and you were the
not Indian in Florida. It sounded like you said Indy in Florida.
No,
Indy in Florida.
Yes. And you were always the junior champ or fighting for the junior title, and
back in the good old days.
Yeah, like it was like guys like you, Justice, Jarrell, Cynic, like all those guys.
Well, I mean, you 3 out of 4.
Oh.
3 out of 4 isn't bad.
3 out of 4 ain't bad. And like you guys were the juniors at the time that I would always be watching just because it was like, okay, well, they're the guys wrestling everywhere, so let me see what they're doing. and that's what I would be.
Yeah, I was killing myself. That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
I was
shooting star presses to the floor on chairs.
flipping and doing stuff and landing on my head a lot.
Yeah,
That did
yeah.
it. Yeah,
And Dragon Bigs.
Yeah, Dragon Biggs. I love that guy. Like, we were tag team champions, like
Forever.
All over
And then
the place.
I remember one of the few times I went to the WrestlePlex, the Shane twins threw you through the door.
I was just talking about that today with Corinth Chavis. Do you know Corinth Chavis? Otherwise known as Corey Chavis?
Oh yeah, that guy. I know him.
Yeah, that's his business name. When he shakes people's hands, he's like, "Hello, my name is Corinth Chavis."
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because he needs to be professional.
But I just remember both of them beeling you and someone having to open the door.
Yeah, because they were like, "Open the doors," and I was like, "What are you asking them to open the doors?"
And they just threw you, and I was just like, "Oh, he's dead. That's fine."
No, they actually threw me to the doors. It was like a 10-foot walkway.
There you go.
10-foot walkway from the ring to the stage doors where they opened up. And so they asked them to open up the door. So they threw me, but it was cool because I landed right by my gear bag. So it was really easy for me to just
get your stuff and leave.
Get my stuff and leave because I didn't want.
I wouldn't want to go back either.
No.
I'd be like, man, you know what? It's been a good run.
Yep. I just
I'm out of here.
Go. But how long have you? What year was that? What year was that?
I started August of 2001.
August 2001.
Yeah, so I remember that because I had just graduated high school and I started training. I got trained by Cahagas. I was training when I was still in high school. I graduated, and then 4 months later I had my first match, and it was August 2001. And then I've been wrestling 14 years now.
And then so within that time, that first couple months from August 2001, it must have been a short time, a very short amount of time, because you were one of the last wrestlers, if not the last wrestler, to wrestle Jeff Peterson.
Yeah, that was so crazy when I think about that. Because I remember I showed up to a new school wrestling show in Zephyr Hills, and Snow was the booker at the time. And he goes, "Hey, I want you to work." He goes, "You're young and you actually know what you're doing. And Jeff's one of my friends. I don't want anything to happen to Jeff. He's kind of coming back." And I remember Jeff Peterson because of the Super 8. Because he was the guy from Florida who represented us here. It was him and Jet. Those were the two guys that went up there. And Jeff, I wrestled him. It might have been right around October, November, maybe?
Of 2001?
Yeah, maybe somewhere in there, because it was still in my first year. Because that sounds about maybe right. Maybe it was right after the new year. And I wrestled Jeff, and he put me over. Not in the match, but like after the match. He got on the mic for no apparent reason. Couldn't get a mic away from him.
He loved grabbing the mic at shows, like after matches and just talking, or before matches. Oh my God, that dude! He's one of the reasons why people say, like in the back at like pre-show meetings, they're like, if we don't tell you to grab the mic, don't grab the mic.
Oh,
he's one of the reasons why he loves.
So
he loves grabbing the mic for no reason.
For no apparent reason, he grabs the mic and he goes, "I know that you've been wrestling a really short period of time," and he openly goes into everything that's going on with him. I know that you probably covered this on this show, but Jeff passed away from cancer, and he goes, "This is my first match back." And that sounds about right. He gets on the mic. He goes, "This is my first match back, and I'm wrestling. And I kicked cancer's ass, and you kicked my ass, and I'll wrestle you any other time." And at that point, I'm 18 years old, and I'm outside at Joe Bob's in a converted.
I jumped off that roof once.
Yeah, in a converted boxing ring.
Yeah.
And Jeff Peterson, who's literally one of the guys I'm looking up to, because for me,
he was one of the best, if not the best, junior in Florida.
Right. And I look up to him because when I started getting into indie wrestling, I looked at him and Reckless Youth and Don Montoya, all the guys who actually did the Super 8, Scoot Andrews, because that was my goal. I always wanted to be in the Super 8. And he goes, "You hung with me and I'll wrestle you any day." And that to me still is one of those things I remember. So fast forward. I get to do a Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup. And I remember I'm sitting there with you. I wrestled Jarrell. Jarrell beats me. And I'm standing there, and you walk over, and I'm talking to you, and next to you is Jeff's mom. And you go, this is Aaron Epic. He was one of the last people to ever wrestle Jeff. And I didn't know who she was. And I remember me just being like I got took back for a second. And I'm just like, oh. And I just remember just her going, thank you. And that's all I needed. That's all I needed to hear from her. And I'm just like, it was one of those moments that you can't plan, you don't expect. It's not like you went, hey, I'm going to bring her over and say hi. No. We were just happened to be in a conversation and she came up to you. And you're like, hey, this is Aaron Epic. He's one of the last people to wrestle Jeff. And she just looks at me. And she just goes, thank you. And I'm just like, no, thank you. And I remember that, and I still remember that. It's one of those weird moments.
Right, so like, we joke a lot about how wrestling is, for the birds, and, it's stupid. Chip was here. Spoilers, Epic was right back there.
I was over there, off in the distance.
So like, and we all joke about, oh my God, wrestling is stupid, don't ever do it. Mm-hmm. But there are those moments.
They're few and far between.
That
they're authentic.
If it wasn't for wrestling, that you wouldn't be able to get. Right. And that's one of those things. And Jeff was one of those people that, if not for wrestling, we would have never met. Right. He was a truly special person. And I hope that everybody who got the chance to meet him when he did, it's been quite a few years. It was November 2002. And
so then it's October 2000. Yeah, it's October 2002. It's a year later. I'm sorry. Right. Yes, I remember it was October, but it's a year later. A year I'm into the business.
So, but yeah, so like there are those moments that you feel good about wrestling.
Yeah.
And wrestling's taken me a lot of places. You've traveled a ton of places as well.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's one of those things where
it's not all bad.
Wrestling, I joke, saved me,
right.
And I'm very open with it. It's now 6 years ago. Me and my significant other, the mother of my child, I don't like baby mama, we split. And she took my daughter and they went to Tennessee. And I started going down the wrong path. I drank a lot. I didn't care. I'd get drunk literally 5 days a week. And I remember started to come to the new year, and I'm just getting hammered. I don't care. And oddly enough, Jude McKenzie, of all people, posts a status on Facebook and goes, I have a goal for next year, and it's to have 100 matches. And I saw it, and I'm just like, I'm pretty decent at this. I could be a professional wrestler. I mean, I am a professional wrestler. Some people actually like me in the ring, and they say I don't suck. So I'm like, all right. Well, I have two choices. I could keep on doing everything I'm doing, which is not helping me at all, or I could kind of sober up a little and kind of start doing the things I want to, so I could start traveling and being an actual good professional wrestler. And I said, I joke, but unless you make yourself accountable, it doesn't matter. Like if you say, "Hey, Epic, go do this," if you write goals down, that's how you accomplish them. So I said, all right, I'm going to have 100 matches. I had literally wrestled in Florida and Georgia up until this point, and I'm 7-8 years in wrestling. And I was like, I want to travel, so I'm going to wrestle in 5 states. So then that year comes, I have 113 matches, and I wrestle.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. And I mean, I was wrestling every Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe a Wednesday every now and then. So I'm just plugging away. And then I was like, I want to make it back in PWI. I want to be in it. Just because when I was a kid, that's your magazine, you know?
Right.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated is the magazine that if you're an indie wrestler, you might have probably picked up once or twice to look at. Or collected.
I still got a ton of them.
Me too.
I keep warm.
And then I said I want to wrestle in 5 states. I ended up wrestling in 8 states. And I was just like, oh, so this is how you get better. And since then, I've wrestled in a total of 16 states, Puerto Rico, Canada, and felt like I got like sucked into being able to be a guy that people actually wanted to have on their shows rather than me wanting to be on shows, which is a big difference.
Right.
A lot of people are like, I want to wrestle here, I want to wrestle there. But when those companies are coming to me and going, we would like to have you on our show, it's kind of, that's the satisfaction you work for.
Yep.
Because I remember for many years just being like, hey, I want to do this show.
Yep.
All right, well, I don't know if we could get you on if you want to come do the Battle Royal, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But hey, that's how that's what you have to do when when you're starting out. But when you're 8 years into the business, you don't want to be doing that.
Now I'm starting to have more companies. I love AWE. It's become my like Georgia promotion. I've been here 4 times, and every time I'm here, I don't care that the crowd boos me, because here they're supposed to. They're supposed to hate me, and they do.
I hate you.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. But that's what.
Oh shit! You can see that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks. I hate your face. But that's when things kind of start changing. Is like when companies that you want to wrestle for call you up and tell you want to use you. So that's been fun. AWE, I say, is my Georgia home. I love the Quad. I'm sad that this is the last show at the Quad, but AWE is not skipping a beat. They have their next show in January.
I heard that Kevin Nash toured this place.
Really?
Yeah, he tore the Quad.
Oh.
I'm never getting hired.
Well,
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
No, because I'm gonna make sure I put in the comments. If you do that, I'm gonna be like,
oh, it's said in jest. It's said in love.
Yes.
No, Kevin. I wish that I could have been a part of. There's a lot of guys who got hired in WCW during those days.
Yeah.
And while he was
there
in a booker, and that's a dude who loves wrestling.
Yes, he is.
Like, and there's not too many people who actually love wrestling, but Kevin Nash actually loves wrestling.
Yes.
So that's really cool. I joke and jest and say that he tore his Squad, but I would. I've never actually met him. Obviously, I met and talked with Scott Hall a bunch.
Yeah,
He's
so have I.
A huge influence. But Kevin Nash, I would love to actually sit and talk with him. You know what? Not necessarily here. I mean, I would.
Okay.
But I would love to have him like
over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over there. But like, I would just love to sit and talk to him.
Look, there he is.
What?
We won't pan the camera over. It's fine. But hey, good seeing it.
But he's a person who I would love to spend hours talking to.
Yes, exactly.
Like there's a lot of those. I watched. This is running long, but whatever. You can watch this in 2 parts if you want.
Yeah.
I watched the Shawn Michaels interview with Steve Austin.
Oh, the podcast, yeah. And the requirements were being able to shoot the shit about wrestling all day, every day.
Make you laugh. Right. But and he talked about how much Hunter loved wrestling, and you can see with NXT how much Hunter, they would. What I would do, not doing the begging for a job type thing, but I would kill, not you. I would kill.
Was declared dead. I came back to life. Not in 7 days. Though.
I would love to actually just sit down and talk to those guys for hours about wrestling.
I feel like
it's not pandering, right?
No,
but you guys can still call me.
Holler. I feel like you and me have been doing this forever, without like breaks. Because other than I remember.
I broke. This was a down year for me because I broke my ankle, and my last match was January, so it's been a full year at this point.
And I remember that other than that, you stayed constant.
Yeah.
And that's something about me too. I feel like there are a lot of guys who came and went, but we stayed pretty constant and consistent. And I joke, but we've never had a singles match.
Nope, we've had scrambles.
We've had a bunch of scrambles.
Oh my gosh, what is that 2000 and
long
between 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, we were probably in 32 different scramble type matches.
Yeah.
None of them were eggs.
No. Over easy though.
Before we get too long, we've already been doing this 20 minutes.
Oh.
So we're getting to the top 5.
Oh shit.
Again, I never know with these things, but again, I talk about people who I'd like to sit in there and talk to. Who are your top 5 folks in the wrestling business who you would love to talk to for an hour?
Okay. Tom Carter, Reckless Youth. If you don't know who he is, go. Go watch Tom. So Tom Carter, William Regal. Is this like living or dead or?
I mean, if you could talk to them right now, like
Okay.
so living, like
Okay.
you know, like obviously like somebody like Dusty, you know, would be great, but
yeah, Johnny Saint, because I'm a very big fan of World of Sport and British wrestling.
So is Simon Says.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't know if you've talked to him about this.
Yes,
yeah.
I have. We've had this conversation at length before. Oh my gosh, I just feel damn it. Jericho. I would love to sit down and talk to Jericho just because I feel like he had the career that everyone wishes they had.
Right.
And Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
I joke, but I feel like Ron is like the Paul Heyman of Florida, in like having that mind for the business. But I would just love to sit down and just go, please.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Paul Heyman is the best mouth in the business.
Yes,
you know, bar none.
But like,
so.
I don't want to like talk to him for like promos. I want to talk to him for business. Like, because he was successful.
He took an indie company and made it into a national company.
Exactly.
A worldwide company.
Yes, and it's one of those things that still hasn't been done again.
Right. They've tried.
And,
you know,
and I mean, we have people who have multi-million-dollar payrolls and backings, and they still don't have the same influence a guy in a small area in Philly was able to turn around and
did production in his house.
Did production in his house.
I wish I had a house.
We could do production like in like your car.
I do at the shelter in the library.
Library.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, free Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Good.
So before we wrap this up, where can folks find you on the socials?
At Real Aaron Epic is on Twitter.
Yep.
On Facebook, my fan page is Death Proof Aaron Epic. My Instagram is Aaron Epic, and if you like wanted to spend time with me, just pretty much if you find Martin Stone, I'll be attached to his penis. I mean, me and him just hang out all the time. So like if you want to get a hold of me, Team Big.
All right, that will do it for this week.
Episode 84.
Episode 84. Holy crap! That's like over a year and a half now. That's almost coming up on the.
That's almost the 2-year mark.
Almost on the 2-year mark. Yeah.
You have like 18 episodes.
18 episodes for a 2-year mark. That's insane, actually. Yeah. I started doing this in May of 2014 as a joke, and look where I'm at now.
Cool.
I'm still on the internet.
Awesome.
All right, so thanks for talking, and we'll see you next week.
Pause.